Hi, everybody. This is Lisa, and I'm back for the second hour of class, the second class. Something happened, unfortunately, at the beginning of the last class where I wasn't able to figure out why I kept hearing a delayed recording of the broadcast. So I ended the broadcast and tried to rejoin the class and restart it. And so we did have a hangout, and I did just give a class. And I'm sorry if you were trying to get into that class and you missed it. I did not figure out how to go back on and get it back on the air again so that people could join it. So we had about 5 people or so in the class only, and the chat was kind of working, but not really. So I'm sorry about that, but hopefully this one will have a better technological experience. And we're going to be talking about the news and reading the news. I do want to give you guys, though, the Google Doc that we were working on in the last class. We're not going to use that one right now, but if you guys want to use it for your own education and practice, we went over some vocabulary words that were related to newspapers and news TV shows and stuff. And we talked about the news in different parts of the world, and so yeah, you can use it if you want. We're not going to use it in this class, though. We're going to do something else. So everybody's joining. A few people are coming back from the other class. Welcome, and I will get started. I'm going to just answer these people in the chat. I think people are coming on. Chow, you say you can listen, but no mic, maybe? That's fine. I'm going to go over real quick for some people because there are people watching. Once the chat, the Hangout part of the chat is full, that's like 8 or 9 people, then you'll see it says class is full. So if the class is full, you'll just be able to watch us talking to each other and also seeing what I'm going to be talking about on the screen share, which is the New York Times. And you'll also be able to participate in the text chat, which is scrolling along over here on the, I don't know if I pointed to the right one, that's my side. And yeah, so you can ask questions and talk and visit with. Some people are getting to know each other because everybody's showing up at Verbling classes all the time. So Brenda and Huyen and Junaid are familiar faces to people, or familiar names and voices. And so
who mutes Lisa?
Hey,
don't
Danny.
mute the teacher. No,
Danny.
no, don't mute the teacher.
Oh, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Okay,
Don't mute the teacher.
Danny, don't mute me, please. Okay, so did you want to teach the class, Danny? Danny, I can't even hear you. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Okay, we're going to get started. I'll ask everybody to just introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, and I will introduce myself first. I'm going quickly here to get started. My name is Lisa, and I'm one of the Verbling teachers. If you want to find out more about my classes and my schedule, if you go to view my profile, you can follow me, and I also have a little Facebook page and that kind of stuff, so you can figure out when my next classes are and what the topics are in case you're interested. So the class might be full, and if it is, you just have to wait, and if somebody needs to leave and they want to drop out, then the join class button will come up again. Okay? So I'm living in Washington State, which is in the Pacific Northwest in the United States. It's just below Vancouver, Canada. So if you've ever been to that area, you were close to me. The biggest city that is closest to me is Seattle, Washington. I'm about 2 hours away from Seattle. I'm about 4 hours away from Portland, Oregon, which is another kind of big city, not too big though, compared to New York, for example. All right, so I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and then we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to start over here with Victor. Hi, Victor. Good. Can you turn your microphone up a little bit? Because I can't hear it very well.
Okay. My microphone.
Yeah, the volume.
Go ahead, another people.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go over here to Mohammed. Mohammed, why don't you introduce yourself again, please, to the new people?
Okay, my name is Mohammed. I'm from Egypt.
Okay, wonderful. Mohammed was in the last class. And
Yes.
how, Rami, or how do I say your name? Are you there, Rami? I see your face, but I don't hear any voice yet. Sometimes if you have a slower connection, you might have to turn off your camera and just use your mic, because depending on the speed of your internet connection, it might be a little bit too slow or too laggy. Laggy is a word. It lags. So I'm going to go to Junaid, because I know Junaid is usually right with us. Junaid.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi there, Junaid.
Hi, I am Junaid from all the world.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
Laggy, what do you mean by laggy?
Lag means it's slow, so it kind of stops. So if you notice, if my face is kind of stays over in one place and then it goes over here and stays, and then my voice is a little bit off, that's called lag or laggy. It's being laggy. It's slow. So if your connection to the internet is slow, then sometimes it's hard for it to be very clear when you're speaking, or especially when you're trying to use the video. If you have a slower internet connection, it can kind of freeze up, or it just lags, which means it gets behind. So it's not keeping up to the real-time speed. Does that make sense?
Yes, okay, I have each picture of you, microphone as an icon.
Yeah.
I use the camera.
So, for example, right now, when you're talking, the voice is cutting out. So
Okay.
I couldn't understand what you said.
Okay, I'm going to
Yeah.
each icon here for the colleagues here. The icon for mic, another icon for the no.
No, it sounds like a robot when you were talking just now, because I couldn't hear. I don't know what happened, because in the last class, your microphone worked perfectly well. So I don't know if it's because more people are coming on or something. But yeah. Huyen, how's your connection? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Mine is fine.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me.
Hello everyone, my name is Huyên. I'm from Vietnam.
Okay. Thank you. Danny, how are you doing?
I am good, thanks.
And where are you from?
I'm from Canada. I live in Quebec.
Okay, wonderful. And is this, have you been on Verbling classes before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Okay, great. Welcome. And Ahmad. Is it Ahmad or Ahmed? Ahmed.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Tell me your name again.
Ahmad.
Ahmad. Okay. Ahmad.
Yes.
Okay. And where are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
And that's where Mohammed is from, but we lost him, unfortunately. Okay, Abderzak, how are you doing over there? Oh, he's coming back. How come it's so dark? Dark and cold in Kansas?
There is no electricity. They don't have
Oh,
electricity.
We use some
Maybe
economics.
he want to save money.
Wow, you saved
Yes.
the money, yeah.
Saving on his electricity
Saving
bill. Yes,
Mm.
I understand. Okay. So tell us where you're from and where you're living.
My name is Abdelrazak. I am from Algeria. I am right now in Kansas City, in Missouri, United States.
And is there
And
any
yes-
snow there yet?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. Nice.
Mm.
Is it pretty?
Not pretty much. Little bit, yeah.
Not
But,
pretty.
yeah,
Probably
not pretty.
muddy by now.
Muddy?
Yes. Okay. All right.
And
Thanks.
very cold.
Yeah, cold.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. I think we had Rami. Is your microphone working now? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with your microphone. Maybe turn it up or something.
I will. Okay, I will try with him.
You tried to mute him?
Yeah, to see the button.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Well,
No,
I
this
can
is-
hear Victor.
this
That's
is
Victor.
Victor.
Hi, Victor. I can hear you. I just can't hear Rami. I was waiting a minute. Okay, Victor. How about you introduce yourself? Where are you?
I'm from Bolivia. I'm living in Bolivia.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. What time is it right now in Bolivia?
It's what are you?
It's 2 a.m.?
2:15 a.m.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing up so late?
Yeah. Cali.
Yes, you're a night owl. We got lots of night owls on Verbling, I noticed. Okay, wonderful. Well, Rami, if you start talking and we can hear you, then I'll let you know. But right now, I don't hear you. So we're gonna move on. Okay, so in the last class, like I said, I gave you the link to the Google Docs. That was some of the vocabulary that we went over. But in this class, I wanted to actually have us go to the New York Times and just basically let's talk about what this page looks like and what it all means and how do we navigate. So navigate. Does everybody understand the word navigate? What does it mean, Abderzak, if I want to navigate the New York Times?
To read the New York Times?
Read or explore or
Yeah, like explore or look around.
Get some links to read below what's about it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the screen share so we can all be looking at it. It's probably better if you look at it on your own computer, but I will also put it in the screen so that other people who are watching the recording of this can see what we're doing. So this is the New York Times. This is probably the most famous or most popular newspaper in the United States and probably abroad. Some people might also use this to get their information in English abroad. And so, Junaid, what's the lead story in this page here? What's the title of the lead story? What do you think? Which one do you think is the lead story?
School turn sites of terror to new use.
it's the
Yes.
bold one. It's the
They
bold
put
one.
picture.
Yeah, they put the picture there, and that's the big one. That's probably on this page. We might say that was one of the lead stories. I was thinking that the other one, because they had it so big, it would be the one about Obama.
Oh, the
And-
bold one.
Taxes. Yeah, the bold. It's big and bolded, and it's probably one that's important right now for most of the people. What
About
did you
taxes.
about the taxes? Yes. Okay, Eric. If you're watching this, Eric, the way that you join is by clicking the join class, but it might say that this class is full right now because it looks like we have enough people in the class. Okay. So you'll have to wait see if somebody drops out. Sometimes people have to go or their connection is not working very well, so they drop out. I'm just going to welcome Eduardo. How you made it in? Eduardo?
Yes,
Hi there. Welcome.
thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Great. What state are you in, or what city are you in Mexico?
Right now I'm in Oaxaca.
Okay, in Oaxaca. Great. All right. No snow in Oaxaca.
No,
Just
no,
in
no.
Kansas. Okay. So let's look around here. Junaid, so you said that the schools turned sites of terror to new use.
Yes.
All right, so that would be one of a big one. And then right below, you'll see that there's some other news articles that are related to that. And unfortunately, in news, especially in the United States, there's always a lot of stuff that's about murders and criminals and people killing each other. Like we've talked about this.
Sensationalism.
Yes. Huyen, you want to tell us a little bit about sensationalism? Why don't you tell us what that means and why do they do it?
Yeah, sensationalism is the practice that journalists try to grab attention by news about like murder or I don't know,
Yes.
things like that.
So we could say, I put it in the chat, you could also say it's the practice of trying to grab people's attention by reporting on things that have a lot of emotional charge for people, something that might shock or surprise people. That make sense? Does everybody understand the word shock?
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny? Okay. Yeah, surprise you. And so, of course, as everybody knows, we had a horrible thing happen at the school in Connecticut, so that's a big topic right now. And because that happened, now in the news you see a lot about guns and the possibility of having gun control laws and the people who are for that and the people who are against it. So that's one of the things you'll see here. So this is the front page of the New York Times on the internet, of course. And so there, I'm scrolling down, and as you'll see, there's lots and lots of things that you can find on this website. And one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys is, actually, I want to ask a question. How many people do you read news in English? Abderazak, do you read the English news in English at all?
No, no,
Not really?
not really.
Okay, how about you, Ahmed?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever gone to the New York Times website?
Yeah, sure. It's a popular news paper.
Okay. How about you, Danny? Do you ever watch the news or read the news in English?
Yeah, sometimes my friends share articles in English on Facebook, so I go read.
Okay, great. Eduardo, how about you? Do you read or watch the news in English?
Yes, I prefer to watch the news.
Okay. Do you have a TV at home or do you watch it on the internet?
No, at home, like the news in the English channels. So
Like CNN maybe or something?
yes, or
Okay.
maybe the sports like ESPN or.
Oh, okay. Sports news? Yeah, okay. All right, Huyen, how about you? Do you read the news in English?
I don't read the news in English, but I watch CNN.
Oh, you do? Okay. And Junaid, you told us in the last class that you watch
Yeah, but I
news.
don't read the news
Okay.
because I need to, when I read the news paper, I must have a dictionary with me, near to me, close to me. And also when I read, a lot of grammar, English grammar, come to my mind. When I listen to the TV news,
Yes.
sometimes I don't understand the word, but from the person who said this story or from picture, I can understand what's the meaning of this word.
Oh, okay.
So really, I don't read any news in English.
Okay, great. Okay, so Rami, did you get your mic to work? I can't hear you. I don't know. Okay, try speaking now. I don't hear him. We don't hear you. Victor, how about you? Do you read or watch news in English?
Yeah, I read online articles about medicine.
Okay, great. So, well, this might be something new if you are practicing your English more. You want to be challenged more because certainly sometimes the news can be challenging. It depends. Whoops. It depends on what type of topic you're going to read. So, when you're looking at this website here, I'm going to scroll down. It's going to tell you all the different topics that you can read about. So there's the world news, business news, there's U.S. news, there's technology, arts, movies, sports, and politics. It sounds like maybe some people are very interested in sports news. Is that true for you, Eduardo? Are you
Yes.
interested in sports news?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I always watch the sport news.
About soccer?
Yeah, soccer and basketball.
Oh, and basketball too. Okay, how about you, Danny? Are you interested in sports news?
Once in a while, maybe the hockey season.
The hockey, of course. In Canada, that's popular.
Yeah.
What about you, Ahmed? What kinds of news are you interested in? Do you like to read about sports or politics?
Technology.
Technology.
I'm interested in technology, yes.
Okay, good. And Abderzak, how about you? What types of things interest you?
The politics and sport and IT.
Okay. Politics, sports, and what else?
IT. Technology.
Your microphone's a little bit cutting out. Okay, I got politics.
Information technology.
Oh,
IT.
oh yeah,
IT.
yeah. Information technology. Sorry. Yes. So that's good. So one of the things is if you want to try to start reading something in English, which is a little bit more advanced, it would be probably good to read stuff that you are interested in and that you already know a lot about in your own language, because that way you'll probably understand it a lot more easily. I'm going to mute you, Eduardo, because I hear some background noise, but you can talk again when I call on you. Okay, sorry. So anyways, so we have all these right here, down here, technology, arts, and that type of thing, theater, travel, television, home and garden. Mohammed left us. Huyen,
Yeah.
what types of news interest you?
Politics, science, sports.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And Victor, how about you?
Sport, politics.
Okay. It's a little bit hard for me to understand your thing. So basically all I wanted to do first here is to show you guys basically how to navigate. So where would you go and what would you want to read? Because obviously there is a lot of stuff in this website, this newspaper, which you can buy also. But on the web alone, there's all kinds of things that you can read. You can go to cartoons, there's blogs. And if you look over on the left-hand side, that's where you'll find all the different topics. So I went to one topic, and I thought we might read this particular piece here. So I'm going to give it to you in your in the link. The link I'm going to put here in the chat so that you can get it, because you might not be able to see it. But this was under New York News, and it's called "Shop Owners Report Rise in Firearm Sales as Buyers Fear Possible New Laws." Okay, that's a big, long sentence there. What does it mean, Abderzak? What is this article going to be talking about?
Shop owners report rise in firearm sales as buyers fear possible new laws.
Okay, does everybody know who shop owners are?
Increasing of tried of gun.
Yes, why?
They fear for possible new laws to control the gun or something like this.
Right. So, based on the events that just happened with the shooting of the school children in Connecticut, the big topic that is being talked about in the United States now is whether or not we should have stricter gun laws. So, some people want to have stricter gun laws. They want to prohibit or make it illegal to have certain types of weapons, semi-automatic weapons, for example.
Hello. Don't mute the teacher.
Ahmed is mute.
Okay, don't mute me, Ahmed, okay? All right,
No,
so...
I'm testing that.
Okay, so...
I don't think that's funny.
All right, so here we go.
Seriously.
This is something... Would somebody like to read this? Huyen, would you like to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you read the first paragraph, and let's see how people do with the first paragraph.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Rainier Arms, a gun dealer in Auburn, Washington, received great Yelp reviews for its responsiveness. But a call to dealer on Friday led to a full voice mailbox, and an email to its sales team through this automatic response. Thank you for contacting Rainier Arms for your AR-15 needs. Due to an overwhelming response to the latest political climate, we are experiencing longer than normal response times.
Okay. All right. Was that a difficult sentence for people, or could you understand it?
All of them.
Difficult? Okay.
It's difficult.
All right, let's break it down. So I'm going to read it again. We're going to do one sentence at a time because this is the level of the New York Times, and if you can get to this level, then you'll be able to read these articles and find out more information about topics, which is a good way to practice your English. So, Rainier Arms, that's just the name of the gun shop, because they say Rainier Arms, a gun dealer. So, dealer means somebody who sells guns. In Auburn, Washington, that's a city in Washington State. Receives great Yelp reviews. Do you guys know what Yelp is?
No.
If you don't know what Yelp is, it's a website that gives reviews for stores and restaurants and stuff like that. So if you go to Yelp, you can look up a store or a restaurant, and people will give it like 3 stars or 4 stars, or they what you call rate it. Okay, they give it a rating.
What is Yelp?
What is what?
Yelp.
Yelp? Yeah, Yelp is the name of a website.
Okay.
Yeah, a website where people rate stores and restaurants. So if you like a restaurant, you go to Yelp and you tell people, oh, I had this great spaghetti, it was the best, and then other people read it. So they're just basically saying that this store gets really good reviews for its responsiveness. Responsive means how quick they are to answer your questions, to be responsive. But a call to the dealer on Friday led to a full voicemail box. So if you called the shop on Friday, you wouldn't get anybody answering the phone. You would get their voicemail, and it was full because so many people were leaving messages for them. And also it says, and an email to its sales team drew this automatic response. So they were getting so many emails that they put out an automatic response. So instead of answering individual emails, they just made a response that you would get automatically. And it says, thank you for contacting Rainier Arms for your AR-15 needs. Due to an overwhelming response. So that means a huge response.
What's IR-15?
Type of a gun.
Oh, okay.
Is a type of gun. Yeah.
So they already know what they want to buy.
Yes. So they have a specific type of gun that they want to buy, and everybody's calling them and emailing them about it. And so that's called an overwhelming response. They're being overwhelmed. There's a lot of people trying to contact them, and it's too much. And the reason why they think that they're having this overwhelming response is to the latest political climate. So that means the latest thing that's happening in the politics around gun control. So, yeah, it says we are experiencing longer than normal response time. So longer than normal. So they're telling you it's taking us a lot longer than it normally does to get back to you, to answer your questions. And the reason why is because people are afraid that they won't be able to buy these guns, right? Julio, are you there, Julio?
Yes.
Hi there. You just joined us. I just wanted to say hi. We're going over a somewhat difficult article in the New York Times on people going out and trying to buy more guns before they pass laws, maybe where you can't buy guns. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you can follow along, and also I'm going to be asking some questions. And Madan is joining us also. So I'm going to keep going. Let's see. Abderzak, do you want to read the next one at Bud's Gun Shop?
Okay. At Bud's Gun Shop in Maryland, a message on the website said that customer service was completely overwhelmed, and it discouraged customers from calling or emailing.
Yes.
And on gunbroker.com, on an Oracle 223 that normally retails for around $650 had been bid up to $1,175 with 3 days left in the auction.
Yes. Okay, so okay, go ahead and stop there. We're going to go through it just a little bit at a time so everybody understands the article. So here again we have another name, Bud's Gun Shop in Maryland, which is another name of another state in the United States. A message on the website said that customer service was completely overwhelmed. So does everybody understand the word overwhelmed?
No.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed means like it's too much. Yeah, too much. Huge, yeah, huge response. Too much, huge response, and they just can't handle all of the people who are calling and wanting information. And so it says, and it discouraged customers. So discouraged means you tried to tell people not to call. So they didn't want people calling or emailing them because they were getting too many calls already. And then in the next paragraph it says, and on gunbroker.com, an Oracle 223 or 223, that's another type of a gun, that's the name of a gun, that normally retails, so it normally sells for $650, is now over $1,000. And there's still 3 days left to bid on it. So that means people are saying, I'll pay this much, and then another person is saying, well, I'll pay even more, and the other person says, and I'll pay even more. So it's going up more and more.
So I understand that the people, they're afraid from the law,
yep,
from prevent the gun, so they start buy gun from now?
Yes.
And this is what why the price increased?
Yes. Yes, because they're afraid that they're not going to be able to buy these guns anymore. That's why they want to go and buy them. And that's what we hear in the next sentence. Ahmed, do you want to read the next paragraph there?
Okay, but I didn't find the link for the article.
Okay, I'll put it up. I also put the words up in the chat there. So, do you see it where it says with gun control legislation?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the gun control, but I can't see very well. I can't very well.
Okay. Eduardo, can you see it well? Oops. You just dropped that. Okay. Do you want to read that for us?
Okay. Gun sales have been with gun control.
Yeah.
Okay. With gun control legislation getting more serious discussion that it has in years. Gun sales are spiking as enthusiasts stock up in advance of possible restrictions.
Good. So with that, they're saying gun control legislation. So legislation means laws. So they're worried about new laws that are going to restrict the guns. Hi there, Helen. Hi. Hi there. Hi. We're just going over the reading of this this article, so I just wanted to welcome you, but I want to also continue on with the lesson, okay? So if you want to go, you can do it there. Hi there. Hi. Okay, I'm going to mute them, though, because it's noisy. Sorry, girls. Okay. All right, let's get back to our lesson here. So, with gun control legislation getting more serious discussion than it has in years, so basically people weren't really talking about gun control too much until this shooting happened in Connecticut, and now they're saying that because of this discussion, which is serious, not just
my connection, I
talking about
think.
it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you did, Ahmed. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the gun sales are spiking. What does spiking mean? Anybody know?
Like skyrocket.
Increasing.
Yes. So if you're looking at a graph and say last month they had 100 sales, and then maybe the month before that they had 150 sales, and now they have 600, that would be a spike. It went up a lot. So a spike is when it goes up a lot. Okay, so the gun sales are spiking, which means the gun sales are going up because the enthusiasts. Who are the enthusiasts? What's a gun enthusiast?
People who love guns.
Geek. Gun geek.
A gun geek. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a person who.
But it's good for the industry of gun, no?
Yeah, of course. For the shop owners are making a lot of money right now. Yes, so a gun enthusiast are those people. It might be people who collect guns and they like the different styles of guns. They're not necessarily people who just want to shoot guns. Some people like to own the guns just because they like the way they look, or that kind of thing. So, but they're the enthusiasts. They're the ones. So they're stocking up. What does it mean to stock up?
To buy more guns.
Yes.
Not enough in stock. Not enough.
Yeah, stocking up. So another time when you use the word stocking up is if you think, for example, there's going to be a storm and maybe you will lose electricity. Then maybe you will stock up on food, for example, because you think you might not get to the store, like if there's snow or something. And so they're doing the same thing, only they're stocking up on guns that they might not be able to. Yeah, they'll go put them in their bedroom, I guess, or something. maybe they have a gun shed or something where they keep all the guns. I don't know. But yes, so they're having, you can also say they're having a run on the gun shops. A run on it, like a run on banks, like in the Depression time when people think that they weren't going to get their money out of the banks. They would do a run on the banks. They're doing a run on the gun shops, which means they're going and trying to buy up a lot of them, a lot of guns. Okay, Ahmed.
Yes.
Do you want to read this one here where it says gun sales have been increasing? Okay.
Gun sales have been increasing over the past 5 years, with marked increases around the 2008 and 2012 elections. And after mass shooting like the one in Aurora, Colo, and
Colorado, yeah.
Colorado, and now in Newtown, I think Connecticut.
Connecticut, yes.
Yes, Connecticut.
Yes, good. Okay, good. So they're saying here gun sales have been increasing. So it turns out that actually in the last 5 years, more and more people are buying guns, especially after the shootings. So, Eduardo, why do you think more people go out and buy guns after something so horrible like the shootings?
I think that there's gonna be a new law, so they are preparing if the law is gonna be approved.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But also my question is that they are gonna only the big guns or the small guns are gonna be.
I think right now they want to make it illegal to buy the semi-automatic guns.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not going to get rid of all the guns because in the United States, in the Constitution, there is the right to bear arms. And so it's written in the Constitution that you can have guns. But of course, we could change that if we wanted to. But I think a lot of Americans are very afraid to do that.
But I think when the people start to buy a lot of guns, maybe it will not protect them. It will make more harmful because maybe they use it in our own way.
Yes. Yes, a lot of people would agree with that point of view, of course. So that's why we have, I mentioned this before because we had a discussion about this one time on Verbling. And because America, the United States, is such a large country, so many people, and very diverse, we have people who have a lot of different opinions. So it's sometimes hard to get everybody to agree on something.
Okay.
So this is a very controversial.
But Lisa,
yes.
It's normal that when happen a shooting like this, the people are crazy to buy a gun.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
What, do I think they're crazy?
Yeah, I think they are crazy. No.
Well, I think people are afraid. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. Sorry about that. I think people have a lot of fear in the United States. I think a lot of people already have guns, and so they're afraid that if they don't have a gun and other people have guns, then they're not as safe. So, yes, a lot of people, I mean, of course, if you could start with everybody has no guns, then maybe that would be what we call a level playing field. So everybody would be on the same page. But if you have people who already have guns and then people who don't, it's pretty hard here. Although it really depends on what the people want. If enough people voted to pass the gun laws and enough people told the president and their Congress people that that's what they wanted, then that's what would happen. So. But like in every country, there's still the black market where you can get anything you want. So, yeah. Okay, so here's another paragraph. Let's see. Who's up? Huyen? Did you want to read that one?
Yes.
Okay.
The largest factor by far is fears over potential change in gun laws. That's what's driving most guns enthusiasts or even first-time buyers to go buy a gun, said Nima Samadi, senior guns and ammunition analyst for the research firm IBIS World.
Yes. So that's kind of what we already were talking about. It's the same thing. So basically, that's what's happening. Some people are worried they won't be able to buy a gun. Even people who've never bought a gun before, that's what we call a first-time buyer. It's the very first time that they're buying this. And so they're going and buying it because they're afraid. They have fear.
So this discussion make the problem is more worse, because now the people they try to buy any gun.
Yeah.
So to solve this problem, they do the opposite.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, and so that's another point about the gun control is what if they make it illegal to buy a gun tomorrow, but yet there's so many people who already have the guns. Are they going to tell them they have to give them up, or what? You know?
But if they return the gun back, the government must pay for them.
Yeah.
and the government, they don't have money.
Yeah.
And
That's
if the gun became illegal, this is another problem, because now we will found like a drug, a secret people. They bring the guns to the border from America, and they sell it secret, and this is another problem.
Yeah, that's the black market. That's what that means.
Yeah, black market.
Yeah.
I think the only benefits of all that is the factory of gun, or the company who making the gun.
Right. Well, you know, in America, one of the things is business and making money. So that it's really hard when you're trying to tell people that they can't do something that they want to do, like, you know.
And there is a lot of factories they create gun here in the United States.
Yeah.
So if they pass the law, they ask them to close the factory.
They close up.
This maybe they increase the unemployment.
Yeah. Yes, that's the problem with the economy. Okay, I'm going to read this one because it's a little bit more difficult, and so you guys can listen and read along as I say the words. There is increasing demands for guns in the United States. Last year, the Federal Bureau of Investigation conducted 16.45 million background checks for firearm sales through the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, a 14% jump from the previous year. In the first 11 months of this year, the Bureau conducted 16.8 million background checks, a record since the system's founding in 1998. So, yes, the Federal Bureau of Investigation is the FBI. You're right. So what they're saying is when you go to buy a gun, you have to get a background check. So theoretically, they're not supposed to be selling guns to people who have already been convicted of a crime. If they've been in jail, or they have any kind of criminal activity in their past, they can't sell them a gun. So that's a background check. They're going to check your records, your personal records. And so what this paragraph is saying basically is that more and more people are wanting to buy guns. And even more since 16.8 million background checks, that's a record. That means that's the most since they started doing this in 1998. And so, Huyen, what do you mean when you say, I don't think that's going to help? The background checks, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think, because people who are under the influence of substances like drugs or alcohol, they can do crazy things. They don't have to have like disease or mental illness
Right.
to commit a crime.
Exactly. You bring up a good point, because the reality, what happened in the Sandy Hook Elementary School, which is in the next paragraph here, is that this person, this guy, this 20-year-old guy, they weren't even his guns anyway. So they were his mom's guns, and she was a legal owner, and she had passed the background check, but he got a hold of them anyways. So that is another factor, you know, when you're discussing something like this.
If they change it to check the background for all the family. Yeah, because the gun for the family, not for the person.
Yes.
If the mother put the gun in the house, they just check the background check for all the people in the house. because they cannot they can use the gun.
Yeah, I
My
think
point
though.
is,
Go ahead. Huyen,
even people who pass the check, they
But I
still
think
can commit crimes
I
because
think there
like
is
if they are drunk or they are hyped, they can do crazy things. They don't need to be insane.
Yes.
I think there is another factor
Yeah.
who push people who doing some kinds of criminal.
Yeah.
And the problem,
the social background of how he's been, how his life, how his the
Yeah.
and the problem,
how the relationship between the family.
Right. Interpersonal relationships.
yeah. And the problem, the guy who did the mass shooting in Newtown, he's clear. He doesn't have anything in the past.
Right.
So if also they check for him, they pass.
Right.
So the problem not this.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Madonna, are you there? Did you want to read?
Yes.
Okay. How about you read that paragraph since the shootings?
Okay. Since the shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown,
Though
a few companies associated with gun sales have backed away, Corberus Capital Management put the company that makes the Bushmaster, a gun used in the shootings, up for sale on Tuesday, saying the Sandy Hook tragedy was a watershed event that has raised the national debate on gun control to an unprecedented
dented.
level.
Yes. Okay. So they're saying that while some people are actually going out and buying more guns, some companies are backing away. What does it mean to back away?
To go away or back up.
To stop, yeah. They're backing away. They're kind of saying, okay, we don't want to be a part of this. So this particular company, the Cerberus Capital Management, that owns the company that makes the gun that he used, one of the guns, the Bushmaster, they said that they're going to sell that company now. They're not going to have that company anymore. And so they said that's a watershed event. That's a
watershed.
Watershed means it's an important event that changes the game, let's say, or that changes something. It makes such a big impact that people will change. So it's a watershed event. It's not just a simple event that nobody pays attention to. It's a very important, something that makes change happen. Okay?
The principal factor.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna read these two. We don't have much time left. We'll see if we can get through this a little bit more. All right. Dick's Sporting Goods temporarily ceased, that means stopped, selling all guns in its location closest to Newtown, and has also put a hold on sales of so-called modern sporting rifles, which include semi-automatic guns nationwide. And Deseret Digital Media, which owns KSL.com, a website that has been criticized by Mayor Michael R. Bloomberg for allowing unregulated gun sales, said it was suspending classified advertisements for guns. So basically the article starts off telling you that a lot of people are running out and buying guns, and then they're telling you the other side of the story, which is that some stores are actually stopping selling guns, and that some people are choosing not to do some of these things which they shouldn't be doing anyways, I guess, which is unregulated gun sales. So that means people were actually putting guns for sale in the newspaper instead of, which means like I could just say that I have a gun for sale and you come and you could buy it. And that's not supposed to be happening, because you're supposed to only go to a gun store and buy it so they can do a background check. Okay? All right, let's see.
Lisa,
Yes, go ahead.
we do background check for the person and the gun, or one of them?
I'm not sure. I think they're also supposed to find out if that gun has been used in in anywhere else. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to finish up this article. If you guys want to try to read it, you basically understand what it's talking about now, so you understand the main points. And so in the article, they're just going to give you more information about this one. Let's just read this last one here. It says Walmart, because some people might be familiar with Walmart. It's a very huge chain store. There's lots of them in every state.
Yeah.
So it says Walmart, the largest retailer of guns and ammunition, that's the bullets and stuff, in the United States, indicated that several semi-automatic guns were out of stock, so they didn't have any more, at locations across the country. Corey Lundberg, a spokesman, said the company was not sold out of guns altogether, but had low inventory in some situations. Walmart carries guns in about half its stores, and about 1/3 carry so-called modern sporting rifles, the category including the Bushmaster and other AR-15 weapons. So the idea is that they're calling them sporting rifles, so sporting guns, which are supposed to be used for hunting.
Yes, but I went to the Walmart, all the Walmart departments here. There is no gun. There are no gun.
Because do they usually sell them and they're out, or they just don't sell them ever?
No, they don't have gun.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I don't
that's
know many stores, not one for Walmart, because
Yes.
here say the largest. No, here they said the largest retail for guns. I think they don't sell guns in Walmart.
well, they said the largest retailer of guns and ammunition in the United States, but then it said also that about half its stores carry guns. So not all Walmart stores have guns.
Yeah,
Right
because
there?
I went to many Walmart. They don't have gun. I didn't see.
No, I see one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They buy a sporting rifle for hunting.
Yeah, right. Yes, so some, if you know anything about the United States, then you'll probably know that in some states, it's more likely that people will want to have guns. And so in those stores in Walmart, that's probably where they have the guns. And then in other parts of the country, there are probably not very many people who go hunting or that would buy guns. And so those Walmart stores would not have guns because they would not sell very many. So it really depends on which state you're in and what town, because some towns there's lots of people who do a lot of hunting and they like guns, and then other towns that's not a big thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys did a good job. This was kind of a difficult reading, but you guys stuck with it. And Junaid and Abderzak and Huyen, who stayed with us for 2 hours. That's good. I hope
2 hours.
Difficult 2 hours. You got your brain.
No, but it's very amazing.
Okay, good.
We don't feel it, yeah. We don't feel it. Time passed.
Okay,
so
well,
fast.
good. All right, I'll say goodbye for tonight, and I have a couple of classes tomorrow at different times, actually, not at the same time. So if you guys want to check out my profile, it has my class schedule, and there's lots of other great teachers doing a lot of other cool classes. So check them out too. And thank you for coming.
We're on
by.
vacation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
And bye for
Good
all.
night. Good night,
night.
guys.
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Bye, Junaid.
Bye,
Bye.
Abdelrazak.